Hello, Pisces, and welcome to your December 1st through 15th, roughly, tarot card reading. So I've already shuffled and meditated on your sign, and let's just go ahead and dive right in. So we have the two animal cards that I drew, and this is an overarching thematic energy to keep in mind as we move through the next couple of weeks and also through the rest of the spread. The two animal cards that came out for you are the hummingbird and the earthworm. So the hummingbird feels crossed by the earthworm. The hummingbird. I'll read from the book to start, and then I'll give you my intuitive 2 cents. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. All right. Beautiful. Positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that they have learned where to gather nectar, and they return to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird, and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savoring. When in balance, smart, curious, loves to learn. When out of balance, pushy, insistent, sharp. To bring into balance, take a class. Okay, let me go ahead and read the earthworm, and then I'll tell you what I'm picking up on. Okay. The earthworm. Shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision. We have all felt the woes of the earthworm at some point along the way. The earthworm indicates a newbie or novice working to establish confidence in a new field. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember they once felt earthworm energy too. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time, and you're on the right track. Besides, rumor has it, beginner's mind offers the most valuable insights. When in balance, earnest, intelligent, valuable. When out of balance, self-conscious, apprehensive. To bring into balance, speak up, risk embarrassment. So there's definitely you're pushing yourself in some way or form right now, and I feel that with this hummingbird, it's definitely, we're looking at routine and the power of routine, and this time you'll feel very supported by that. So know those sources that fill you up, and go there. Also, there's so much joy that's coming from this beautiful little hummingbird, just spreading its wings, and I'm noticing that bright light behind the hummingbird that's just sort of shining down on the hummingbird. So I feel like things are really looking bright and looking up, I want to say. Things are looking up. Just like this little hummingbird is, just looking right up. And there's this sense, and I'm getting this sensation that there's a question of, it feels like this sensation, it's like almost like a questioning that's happening. There's sort of a question that's hanging over about something or in some area of your life. So something's a question mark is what it feels like. But there's this presence to this energy as well. So the hummingbird, it's about staying present through this process that of questioning, of something being up in the air. Again, just like this little hummingbird. The earthworm crossing this energy feels like, yeah, there's a reluctance. There's that, more so it's a hesitancy. It's a an uncertainty, and also just a feeling that with that question, with something sort of being in the air, I'm feeling, where I'm feeling it is in my stomach, is sort of that feeling of stomach flipping a little bit, of excitement, but also not, nothing feels quite concrete. There's something about this that there's not like much definition to it, is what it feels like. And we can see that in even the form of the earthworm. This doesn't feel like, this is something that doesn't have an exact definition, which can sometimes be uncomfortable. And that's where routine will really support you right now. But more than anything, I'd say embrace this joy. Embrace this joy. And let it be formless. Like at this point in time, I feel the message is, let whatever this is be formless. It will come into form, and you'll gain clarity when it does. But try to find the clarity in the experience of the formless, if that makes sense. So embrace the let this be formless at this point in time. Oh, sorry, not talking very well. Okay, so let's keep this in mind as we move through the rest of the cards. Alrighty, let me put this down so you can see what I'm looking at. All right, you can't see them all, but I'll hold them up for sure. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. So in the focal point of the reading, we have, interesting, the star reversed. This is Aquarius's card. So, so sort of this is where there's this focal point, and there's also a dream. But let me go ahead and pull the rest of them, and then we'll go through them. Crossing the star reversed, we have the Mother of Cups and the Father of Pentacles. Anchoring the spread, and also in the deep past, we have the High Priestess reversed. In the recent past, we have the Ace of Wands and the Mother of Wands reversed. Carrying you into the near future here, we have the Father of Cups. And I feel that this is you. For most of you, I feel like I'm looking at you. Here's this strong water energy. And there's such stillness with this card. It's beautiful. Crowning the spread, we have the Two of Wands reversed and the Mother of Pentacles reversed. Also representing your general energy, we have, interesting, the Six of Swords. In Hopes and Fears, we have the Seven, oh, not Hopes and Fears. It could be related to that, but this is an environment. We have the Seven of Swords reversed. So there's a duality that's happening here, and I feel like it's both a coming out, but also a holding in. There's something that there's a reveal, but there's also keeping something close to the vest. So Hopes and Fears. And it also feels like there's someone watching. Someone's very aware of you right now. In Hopes and Fears, we have the Lovers reversed and the Six of Pentacles reversed. Beautiful. In the heading into mid-December here, we have Justice. So there's that striking a balance, and also making a decision. So I feel that whatever is formless is definitely going to be coming more into form, or there's that really addressing the formlessness of it around mid-month, it looks like. And then I picked one card from Colette Baron Reid's The Good Tarot, and I'll read this. Strength. Strength, beautiful. Okay, and then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed, overlaying the Wheel of Fortune reversed, overlaying the Emperor, overlaying the Tower. Very interesting. Okay, so Pisces. The Star reversed. There's this dream, at this focal point. There's this new horizon, I just heard. And there's this looking into the future. And dreaming about the future while remaining incredibly present. So there's something about this time that you really want to anchor in on, that you really want to experience. So there's something I just heard precious about this time. But also there is this, and almost this feeling of a leap of faith in just allowing yourself to be here now. So there's this awareness of the future, and I can see sort of looking ahead. But most of all, the predominant energy here is almost holding that at bay, letting that vision go to a degree, and I just heard, and finding it in the present now. So it's really, there's this strong sense of living in the moment and valuing the moment. Crossed by the Father of Pentacles and the Mother of Cups. So these are two characters, and we see a strong water energy here, one of the most intuitive cards of the deck, and right under that, anchoring the spread, we have the High Priestess. So you have two of the most intuitive cards of the deck. So your intuition should be really, really happening for you right now. And there's this sense that I'm getting of like you're letting your intuition lead the way. And the Father of Pentacles, it's this level-headed, so there's this softer, very nurturing energy here, very intuitive energy. And then we have more practical. So heart and head. These could be two different characters. You could be one of these characters. This could also just be you're balancing both of these qualities, this intuitive nature, and you're expressing this intuitive nature and following this intuitive way forward, while also there's just this strong grounded energy. So there's this keeping your feet on the ground, and there's something that there's this mindfulness around staying rooted and staying grounded and staying practical. Wow. So there's a lot of paradoxes here, a lot of sort of contradictions in a delightful way. So I feel like it's creating this expansion while you're sort of holding these polarities, because this feels sort of polar to me, where it's very, very, very intuitive and emotional. But also we have this practicality. So I feel like they're on two sides of the spectrum, and it almost feels like you're holding both in your body right now. And it's creating, and in your consciousness, and it's creating this expansion. So there's this true expansion of your, I just heard, energetic field. But I feel your capacity to experience something while holding these two polarities in your body and in your mind. So there's this allowing for there to be space for both of these right now. And again, this grounded energy. This could also be, if we're looking at two characters here, and I feel for many of you we are, it's almost there's a role play that's happening that is sort of coming up, where there's this more intuitive, nurturing, emotional person, and then there is someone that is grounding this dynamic and helping it to, I just heard, slowly progress. And I am getting a strong sense that something is being nurtured here. There's something that's being nurtured. So the High Priestess reverse anchoring the spread, we have this intuitive energy. And in reverse, in the distant past here, I feel that there has been a feeling of, I just heard loss and losing oneself, or a disconnection from that spirituality, from that intuition. And now it's like coming back in a big way. And a lack of direction. So I feel that there's been a lack of direction, or even to a degree, a lack of purpose in the distant past. And then in the recent past here, we have this incoming of creative energy, of inspiration. And that is being really nurtured. I feel like there's this focus around nurturing your creativity, nurturing, with this card, often I see legacy. There is this looking to the future. And I feel that there's this nurturing of that. There's been this nurturing of your creative power, of your creativity, of whatever it is that inspires you. There's this nurturing and cultivating of that. And then here we have this intuitive energy leading the way forward that you're surrendering to a degree, that you're mindfully and very in a grounded way surrendering to and allowing to lead you forward into, so beautiful, the Father of Cups, Mother of Cups, into the Father of Cups. So there's a pair here, and there's so much peace. So I feel that there's around mid-month in December in general, particularly mid-month, I feel that we're looking at a stillness and a peacefulness. And I just heard slow and steady. And it does feel so emotional with, I'm noticing the background here, and it almost looks like tears. So there might be something that feels relatively tearful and vulnerable, but also peaceful coming in for you. So crowning the spread, we have the Mother of Pentacles reversed and the Two of Wands reversed. And the feeling that I'm getting is that there's a stopping of something to a degree. There's I just heard holding your ground. I just heard steady goes it. I just heard halt. So and I'm also getting the feeling of letting something simmer. So I feel like there's something that you're working on, or maybe someone that you're working on, that you're letting it simmer a bit. There's this sort of letting it take shape. So there's this allowance energy of letting something become whatever it will become. So in your general energy here, there's in your general energy, speaking back to the Two of Wands and the Mother of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, I feel that although there's this halting energy, there's this pause is what it feels like, or this simmering, this stillness, this steady, still pause. The feeling I'm getting is that as you're looking into, I just heard your long game. So while maintaining this presence, I do feel that there is going to come a point where you are, I just heard conscious of doing right by someone, and connected to your long game. So there's this looking at your intentions and cleaning cleaning things up, and I just heard looking on the bright side. And there's this new hope on the horizon. So this is your general energy right now, representing your general energy right now, and it does feel like it's a present energy, this hopefulness, this looking ahead to a degree. Again, we have those that being so present, but also looking ahead in this grounded, but practical, but also intuitive and emotional. So there are lots of interesting dynamics at play, and a lot of seemingly paradoxical energies that I feel you're holding in your body right now, that you're kind of juggling, and you're making space for both. So there's something here. There's this hopefulness looking forward. There is this positivity that is coming in. That's beautiful. And then, as I said, the Seven of Swords in your environment feels like someone, it has their eye on you, and there's something that you're keeping close and not revealing, but then there's also simultaneously, with this card in the reversal, a reveal, an exposure. And there does feel like there's something uncomfortable about this card a bit. So it's perhaps something that could cause a little discomfort. Not in a huge way. It's just something that you can feel, that you're aware of, that whatever decision this is, or whatever circumstance this is, where you're finding yourself coming out about something or revealing something, it could ruffle a few feathers, is what it feels like. So in the hopes and fears, we have the Lovers reverse and the Six of Pentacles reverse. So I feel with this, there's the growing roots. There's this this hope to, there's this hope for something real, something tangible, something concrete, something you can depend on, something that I just heard you can build a future with. And we have this right next to the Lovers card. So I do feel there is an emphasis on relationship right now. And this could also be relationship with yourself. And there's a hopefulness for it, but again, also we have a little bit of a tentativeness as well. And there's a sensitivity to the whole spread. So it feels like and this might have been present for you actually in the last month, because I feel like I recognize this energy for you from the last reading. But there's just a sensitivity, and there's this, there's a feeling of it kind of being a delicate matter, and approaching whatever this is with an open heart. But also I feel that because of the sensitivity around this circumstance, you're really handling it with care, is what I just heard. So the Justice card, Libra's card, you have a lot of characters here. So we have, with the Lover's card, Gemini, Libra, Pisces, Scorpio, Aquarius, the Star card. So a lot of different energies here, a lot of different characters. Justice. So there's this, it's a matter of balance, and finding that balance and finding that rhythm. And I do get the feeling that there are like these two parts of one whole. So there's this, we see the same thing, that polarity there, that holding these sort of polarities in your body, maybe in your life, in this circumstance, and making space for that, allowing room for that, allowing both to exist. harmoniously, I just heard. And then I feel that there's a decision looming. And a conversation, I just heard, a conversation. So with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, over the Wheel of Fortune reversed, over the Emperor reversed, with the Tower, there's definitely, whatever this decision is, I feel like it's going to shake things up a bit, and change the pace at how things are moving. This is, again, we're looking mid-month, maybe even to the latter part of December. But there's this change, it's a shake-up, it could even be some sort of movement. We're in the holiday season, so traveling, but something that shakes up the routine of whatever this is that you're nurturing. It's going to shake that up a bit. And also this decision, and whatever this decision is, it feels still quite mysterious. So it's truly undecided. It feels truly, truly undecided. And I feel that, like, whatever, there's something a little messy about this, that I feel you're looking to straighten up, to clean up, I just heard. And the Nine of Pentacles reversed feels like the feeling I'm getting is that you're holding something precious, and you know it. This could be this, whatever this is that you're cultivating within yourself. This, your own sense of self-worth, I feel, is it feels kind of like an ebb and a flow, an up and a down. With this card in reverse, I feel like your self-worth is feeling like it's on the up. On the upswing, but then there's also these moments where you find yourself questioning that sense of self-worth, and a lot of it, I feel, revolves. So it's almost, even the word is revolve. So it's kind of this revolving experience around your sense of self-worth to a degree, and you're trying to clean that up. And that's part of what this decision will accomplish and is meant to accomplish for you. And whether it's disappointing or whether it is something to celebrate, and it feels, no matter what, it feels progressive. It feels very, very progressive. So something is moving forward. So strength, so beautiful. And there's so much compassion with this card, and I feel like there's this gentleness in how you're approaching this circumstance and how you're approaching yourself within this circumstance. So I'm seeing more nurturing with this card, and true, like a true cultivation of your own strength. And I just heard willpower, and I feel like that is partially about, this strength is showing up as a way to encourage you, sort of what you're going to be tapping into to enable yourself to hold these polarities, to hold these different dynamics, these different experiences simultaneously within yourself, within a circumstance. So it's just sort of calling on that strength. But let me go ahead and read this from the book. So this is summing up the reading, and it's also just taking us into mid-December here. Oh, it's exciting. It's an exciting time. strength. I can go the distance and know that everything occurs in divine appropriate timing. I have courage as I manifest miracles. When I allow Spirit to work through me, I am strong enough to move mountains and overcome any obstacle, inside or out. So that's what's happening. There's this movement that's taking place, and there's this endurance that you're really tapping into in whatever this is that you're cultivating, that you're moving through. And I feel like it's a lot of internal work that's happening as well. And sticking with it, sticking with yourself through this. I feel that you're breaking through old patterns. I feel that you are breaking through. And part of that is going to require some endurance on your part. And you have it. It's there. It's there to support you. And it's coming up as something that is 100% available for you to call on. So do call on that. Okay, I hope that this was helpful. Check out your moon sign and your rising sign, because that's very helpful in pulling together a more holistic reading for your own personal natal chart. So check those out. Please like, comment, subscribe. And I love you so much. And I hope that this was helpful. And I'm sending you all of my love. And I love you. I love you. All right. Have a beautiful start to December.